Aging feels like a calendar problem, but it is really an information problem. You are not one machine getting older.
You are a civilization of trillions of cells trying to stay coordinated.
In early life, your body is absurdly good at maintenance.
Damage happens every second, but repair crews are fast, supplies are plenty, and the rules are clear.
Then, slowly, the balance flips. Not all at once. Not with a single aging gene, with thousands of tiny losses that add up.
In adulthood, something eerie shows up in the statistics. For many populations, the risk of dying rises roughly exponentially with age. A common rule of thumb is that your annual risk roughly doubles about every 8 years.
That is not destiny for any one person, but it is a clue that aging behaves like a process, not a moment. So what is the process? Modern biology often describes aging with a set of hallmarks.
They are recurring forms of damage and dysfunction that show up across many species. The original list had 9.
Many researchers now use an expanded list. It includes genomic instability, telomere attrition, EPS.
It also includes deregulated nutrient sensing, mitochondrial dysfunction, cellular senescence, stem cell exhaustion.
And it includes chronic inflammation and dysbiosis. It sounds like a textbook, but it is really a story about how order falls apart. Start with DNA. Every day, your cells face radiation, reactive chemicals, copying errors, and mechanical stress.
Most of the time, the patches are perfect. Sometimes they aren't. Over decades, even rare errors become a landscape.
Then there are telomeres, the protective caps at the ends of chromosomes. They act a little like the plastic tips on shoelaces. When telomeres get too short, cells can stop dividing or divide in riskier ways.
But they are one way the body trades growth for safety. Now zoom out from the code to the instructions. Epigenetics is a layer of chemical marks that tells a cell which genes to read and which to ignore.
A liver cell and a neuron have the same DNA, but different annotations. With age, those annotations drift.
The library is still there, but the catalog gets noisy. And when the catalog is noisy, cells start acting less like what they are supposed to be. Proteins add another layer. Your body is made of proteins folded into delicate shapes. Heat, oxidation, and time can bend them out of form. Young cells refold or recycle damaged proteins quickly. Older cells tend to accumulate clutter.
It is like trying to run a city when the garbage system is failing. Autophagy is one of the garbage systems. It is the cell's recycling program. Break down damaged parts, reuse the pieces, clear the space.
Signals that promote growth tend to suppress autophagy, and as years pass, the balance often shifts toward building instead of cleaning.
You can't build your way out of a mess.
Nutrient sensing is the set of pathways that decide whether the body should grow, store, or repair.
mTOR, insulin signaling, and related networks are like a master budget committee. When food is abundant, growth wins.
When resources are scarce, maintenance becomes more valuable. In many animals, dialing these pathways toward maintenance can extend lifespan.
In humans, the story is more cautious, but the direction is intriguing. Mitochondria are the power plants.
They make energy, but they also leak byproducts that can damage cells. With age, mitochondria can become less efficient and more chaotic.
The cell has fewer watts, more smoke, and weaker quality control.
Cellular senescence is one of the strangest hallmarks.
A senescent cell is not dead.
It is a cell that has decided to stop dividing, often as a protective move against cancer. But it does not stay quiet. Many senescent cells release inflammatory signals that can harm nearby tissues.
A few senescent cells are normal. Too many can turn neighborhoods hostile. Stem cells are the reserve builders.
When tissues need repair, stem cells replace what is lost. But stem cells can be depleted or pushed into exhaustion.
Some are lost to damage. Some are trapped in inflamed environments. Some lose the ability to respond with youth. And then there is communication. Your body works because cells agree on what reality is. Hormones, immune signals, and neurotransmitters are the internet of biology. With age, signals become noisier.
The immune system can overreact, underreact, or attack the wrong targets. This slow background fire is sometimes... Your gut is an ecosystem. In a healthy state, microbes help digest food, train immunity, and produce useful molecules. With age, that ecosystem can shift. Some patterns are associated with frailty, disease, or inflammation.
Whether the microbiome is a driver, a passenger, or both depends on context. But it is another reminder that you is a collective. So aging is not one thing.
It is many processes that reinforce each other. Damage creates inflammation. Inflammation accelerates damage. Mitochondria signals misfire. Systems lose their margins. That is why aging looks like a curve. Now the question everyone secretly wants to ask:
Can we slow it down? The honest answer is a little, sometimes, and we are still learning.
Strongest evidence in humans is still boring. Avoiding smoking, moving your body, sleeping enough, and maintaining social connection help.
Managing blood pressure and metabolic health matters. These do not sound like science fiction.
They change the shape of your risk curve more reliably than any supplement stack. Beyond lifestyle, scientists look for geroprotectors.
These are interventions that target aging mechanisms rather than one disease. Caloric restriction is the classic example.
In many lab rat models, eating fewer calories without malnutrition extends lifespan. In a long-term randomized trial in healthy adults,
Caloric restriction was linked to a small slowing in DNA methylation measures of the pace of aging. Not immortality, but a measurable nudge. Then there is mTOR inhibition. Rapamycin and related drugs extend lifespan in mice and improve some aging phenotypes. In humans, small studies of rapamycin-like drugs have suggested improved immune function in older adults. Some studies reported better responses to influenza vaccination. But these are not casual medicines. They can have side effects. And the right dose and schedule are still research questions. Metformin is another candidate. It is widely used for type 2 diabetes.
observational studies have hinted at longevity benefits. But observational hints are not proof.
A proposed large trial called Targeting Aging with Metformin, or TAM, aims to test whether metformin can delay.
Recent updates suggest funding and execution have been complicated. Definitive results are still ahead. In mice, clearing senescent cells can improve function and extend remaining lifespan in some contexts. In humans, early pilot studies have explored senolytic combinations in specific diseases. The field is promising, but still young.
The risks and benefits are not mapped for general use. And then comes the most cinematic idea: reprogramming. If aging involves epigenetic noise, could we restore a more youthful instruction set?
In animals, partial cellular reprogramming has produced striking rejuvenation signals in some tissues.
But reprogramming sits close to the cliff edge of cancer and uncontrolled growth.
The dream is precise, partial, and safe rejuvenation.
The reality is early-stage biology. So, is immortality possible? Right now, no one knows how to stop aging in humans. The best documented human lifespan is 122 years. Some researchers argue there may be a practical ceiling near the current record.
Others think the ceiling could move with better control of aging processes.
A recent analysis has argued that without the ability to greatly slow aging, radical life extension this century is implausible.
Not because we lack hope, because the math of risk is stubborn. But here is the part that matters.
The point of understanding aging is not to worship youth.
It is to understand what makes life fragile and what makes it resilient.
Aging is the price of being built from living parts. Your body renews itself. Time accumulates. And yet, for decades, you keep a whole person running. So maybe the question is not, how do we live forever? Maybe it is, how do we live well?
For as long as we get, if we can add healthy years.
That is powerful.
If we can reduce suffering, that is profound.
And if we can look at our finite timeline and still choose meaning, that is the quiet victory. In the end, aging is not a monster hiding in your cells. It is a pattern. Patterns can be studied, slowed, and sometimes bent.
If you want more calm, science-grounded journeys into the biggest questions,
From your body to the cosmos, like this video and subscribe to Arcane Knowledge.
Until next time.